You should already have some structure. $150,000, man, it's not a lot of money.
Come
Stop
on.
trying to protect it. You make $150 a year, so the fuck what? It's not a lot of money.
So welcome back. Motivation Nation is your host, Air Gordon. We're back for another one. Listen, looks to me like we have another delusional young lady talking about how upset she is about her current dating situation. So, look, man, with no further ado, we're going to get into the reaction and see what it is that she's talking about. And you guys get busy in the comments and let me know what you guys think about this. Thinking caps are on sale. Link will be in the description and pinned to the top of the chat. So, with no further ado, let's get to the content.
Things like this that sound negative. I'm about to sound negative, just so you know. And man, I'm going to be talking about you. I normally don't do that because
Yeah, right.
I'm a person who typically believes that people are inherently good. Life is just easier that way. And that, you know, I've had good experiences dating. But if I come across one more post about a man talking about he's choosing his peace, he's not dating anymore, he's just, but, you know, my money's intact. Fuck off. All the way off.
Aren't you essentially doing the woman version of what you just said? About if you see another man post about his peace and all that, aren't you essentially doing the same thing, but as a female? You're giving your opinion about how you feel about the dating. But anyway, I don't know. I don't know where you're going with this, but that's just what I'm getting so far. Let's let her continue.
Because I've been out here dating.
Okay, yeah,
for
I figured
about
that.
4 years now. Okay? Y'all don't have no money.
Really?
You don't have money.
Wow.
I have yet to date a man that actually makes more than me.
And how much is that? How much you make?
I have yet to date a man that can do more for me than I can do for myself.
Okay.
Now, normally it's not a problem.
Well, let's see here. A man that can do more for you than what you can do for yourself. Interesting. You're single, so you pretty much have to do for yourself. So are you looking for a man to come in and take over your bills? So you want a man to take care of you and himself? So you want a man to come in who's already taking care of himself because he's single. He would have to be single in order to be talking to you, and you're single. So you want him to be taking care of himself and then come in and take care of you as well, like you're his wife, but you're not his wife. But you want him to take care of you as though you're his wife because you're tired of taking care of yourself. That's just what I heard. But hold on, let's let her go on.
I'm a little annoyed this morning. I don't know. Maybe I need to go back into my prayer closet.
Yeah, go back in there.
Normally that's not a problem because I don't date men for money because I'm good. I'm usually like, oh, you know, if you're stable, you can take care of yourself.
So why bring it up?
I can take care of myself. Let's put something together, make it rock. Fuck that. I'm
not
for
putting
real. Anything together with anybody anymore.
Oh.
I'm just not.
Oh, okay.
Because when I find a man who makes what I make.
So you said, let me let her finish.
Not more than me, but about what I make. They're so concerned with protecting it. And reciprocity, and you know, I want to see a woman who's gonna put in. You know what I mean? So what has happened is, at 43 years old, if I date a man my age or older, which is the typical range that I like to date, they have already been in relationships where they've done the things, right? They've did the 2 jobs and they had the kids and they paid all the bills and they've done the things that I would have loved for a man to do for me. But now they're looking for that give back. What you gonna give me? You know what I mean? That's what they're looking for. So you end up in this state of confusion, like, what?
No, it's not really that confusing. It's not. It's pretty straightforward. It seems to me that you're selfish. And it's obvious why you're single at 43 years old and haven't found anyone and been on the dating scene for 4 years talking about you haven't found a man who makes what you make, even though you haven't talked about what you make. But I guess you're going to tell us that here coming up. But no, it's not a man's responsibility to come in and take over your life and take over your bills and your responsibility. You're a grown 43-year-old woman. And yes, a man does want to build something with you. He doesn't want to come in and take over your life. A relationship is about building. I give, you give. I give, you give. It's a two-way street. That's a healthy relationship. Now, a selfish relationship like the one that you're obviously trying to be a part of is you are a taker and you give nothing but attitude and opinion. And people are not going to, no one's going to deal with that. A lot of women think that their looks some kind of way translate into what a man is supposed to do for them. Newsflash, it has a lot more to do with looks than how a relationship actually works. The looks is a very, very minute part of a long-term relationship. But, and if you don't want to put in the effort, the money, the time, the building, the growing together, then you're not fit for a relationship. And yeah, you need to go back in your prayer closet and pray on this, because you got this all the way wrong.
Am I supposed to pay? Am I supposed to pay right now?
Yeah, you are.
Show you that
yeah.
I'm all in and I'm willing
yes.
to build with you.
Yes.
I'm not looking to build anymore. I don't want to build shit. At this point, at 40 something, I'm not in my 20s. That's different. That's very different. So I'm not talking to you young girls, okay? Women, I'm in my 40s. At this point, we shouldn't have to build shit. You should have built something already. I have what I have built. Maybe we can come together and maybe start a little something together. But at this point, foundations should be poured, right?
She misses the whole point. She doesn't. I see. You're clueless, ma'am. You're missing the point. You have to build a relationship with an individual, and that's separate of finances. You have to build a relationship based on alignment. That's going to be spiritual. That's going to be financial. That's going to be educationally. That's going to be what your core foundation, what your core principles are as a person. Their core principles are as a person. You guys first have to align there. Then you build a strong bond of friendship, and you build that into a relationship. So the fact that you don't even want to build anything, you just want someone to show up and be prepared to deal with, tolerate, and take over your financial responsibilities in your life, tells us everything that we need to know. And we now understand why you're single, sitting in your car, looks like in the garage, upset, just fresh out of the prayer closet, making this is an SOS for a man, any man, to respond to me and tell me everything's going to be okay and wave the white flag, and somebody tell me that they'll put up with this based on the YouTube video. That's what you're TikTok video. That's what you're telling me. But anyway, let's let it continue.
You should already have some structure. $150,000, man, it's not a lot of money.
Come
Stop
on.
trying to protect it. You make $150 a year, so the fuck what? It's not a lot of money.
So
what the hell did you just say?
Now we're just gonna downplay people that make $150,000 a year. Look up what the median income is for people in the United States of America. It's not 150. So when people get on the internet and they start spewing this type of stuff, that tells me right then and there you're delusional and you're out of touch. And the fact that you downplay $150,000 a year as if it's absolutely nothing, that's insane within itself. That's number one. But then number two, you say that's not even enough to protect. So you don't even care enough to be wise with your finances and be wise with your money. And a man shouldn't be wise in trying to protect everything that he earned. I guess he's supposed to come and just throw everything on you. Ma'am, you're too old to have getting sucked into this internet, social media bullcrap and believing that a man is supposed to show up and throw the bag. These ain't your daddies. These ain't your fathers. And if they treat you like you're their daughter, then you're going to be upset about that. Come on, man. I just hate when I see people get on here like everybody rich, everybody millionaire. I guess ain't nobody broke. Yeah, y'all know where I got that from. Y'all know the song.
It's a stable income. It's a livable wage.
Stop that.
But you don't have money. Please stop being confused because you drive a nice car that you definitely have a payment on. And maybe, you got some you got some stuff, right? Maybe you have a home, right?
Maybe you have a home.
You got furniture and stuff in it. Yeah. It's not a lot of money. Like, I'm so
So this lady is basically telling you the type of men that she dates currently. If you just listen at her long enough and just read between the lines, she's used to dating men that don't have anything. They probably don't have a real place to stay. They have a place with no furniture in it. So now she wants to shame the men that are doing well for themselves who do not want her because they don't want her attitude. So generally the type of woman like this is only going to get a man that she can run over and control, that she's doing better than, because that way he'll be more willing to tolerate what she's putting up. He'll be more willing to tolerate her attitude and what she's dishing out because he's the one that's benefiting from being in the relationship. So once she gets tired of taking care of him, now she wants to be taken care of. And people who are of means are not going to deal with a woman like this. It's just not going to happen. Nobody's dealing with this type of an attitude from a stranger. A woman that you're trying to get to know, a woman that you just met, you're not dealing with this. You won't, nobody's dealing with it. The only person who's going to deal with it is a man that's down on his luck, who looking for a come up, and he'll take whatever she's dishing out because she's going to have to pay him to stay. That's the reality. That's what we're looking at. But hey, man, let's let it keep going.
sick of men who are suffering in silence, but y'all loud as fuck. You really are. Because I've yet to meet a man that can make my life better than what it is. And that's just the truth.
That's your problem.
Now, that doesn't mean this is not to bash men. I just
Sounds
want
like
you guys to put it in. I just need you to have it in some perspective on what you actually bring. Because when I get off at night, I don't want to have to worry about what I'm going to eat and who's preparing it. Or feeding you. I don't want to have to worry about those things. I don't want to have to worry about if I'm going on vacation, who's paying. No, I have a group of girlfriends. You know who paid for my last trip? For my
I don't know. I don't know you.
To St. Lucia? My best fucking friend paid for the whole goddamn thing. Never looked at me twice to figure out if I was giving her anything back. We ain't sleeping together, so
that's a cap.
Wasn't looking at me for that. All she wanted to do was make me happy. Okay? So I've yet to have a man come in my life and do that. Are they out there? Sure. I know women who have found some wonderful men that are willing to do that. I actually dated him. My last boyfriend had made a decent living, had a pension and a whole ass job together. Like, you know what I'm saying?
See, she told on herself. He made a decent living, had a pension, and a job all together. So what does that tell you? She's used to dating men that don't have jobs, that don't have any pension, that don't have a 401k, that don't have a savings, that don't have a future. These are, see, again, she's a byproduct of the decisions that she made, because that person that she's saying makes 150,000 and it's not that much has had to be a lot more disciplined in their spending, a lot more disciplined in their education, and a lot more disciplined in general. And when she was younger, that wasn't fun. It was the person that YOLO, throw caution to the wind. That was more fun for her. But as you get older and you start aging and you start to, and your and your pool gets smaller, now you actually want someone that has discipline, that has structure. All of the things you didn't want just 10 years ago, 10 years later, you now want those things, and miraculously you think that they're supposed to fall in your lap. Well, sweetheart, it doesn't work like that. Discipline and structure take time to build. And you have just said that ain't something you're willing to do. You don't want to build nothing. You want somebody already with everything to show up like a knight in shining armor and take over your life. Well, ma'am, you're getting out of this thing exactly what you put in. You put trash into it and you're getting trash out. It doesn't just change overnight. You are a victim of your decisions.
He made a decent living.
What happened?
The last couple of trips that he was paying for, we canceled.
Why?
Grow the fuck up, man.
You grow up.
Just grow up. Date in your range.
They are.
Date a beautiful woman.
There we go.
Says outright, you've got to pay for these things, then maybe you can't afford her. Go somewhere else and find somebody like my dumb ass who's saying, oh, if you got, we can put it together and make it pop. I'm so fucking stupid. I swear to God.
So here we go. The last part. Again, and she's too old for this, and we're not going to stay too much longer after this. When she says, you can't afford her. Well, first and foremost, I don't know what this talk is about affording someone, because when you say you can't afford an individual, that leads me to think of something else. And if you call the person what it is that I'm thinking that you are when you ask me, "Hey, you need to pay this amount to do this with me." Okay, well, great. Let me see a menu then. Oh no, I'm not. Well, that's how you're portraying yourself. You can't afford a person. When does a relationship become what you can afford? Isn't it what your values are? Isn't it what you bring to the table? Isn't it how we can grow together as individuals? When did it become you can't afford this person? Oh, I'm trying to purchase you now? And if a guy that's out there buying women, that's precisely what they're going to do. They're going to go and buy a woman. They're not going to tolerate attitudes and then have to pay for you at the same time. But hey, man, that's the end of this video. That's my take on it. Hey, man, jump down in the comments. Let me know you guys thought on this. That's it for this video. I will see you guys on the next video. I'm out.